Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Leanne Holitza here. I am here to give you your weekly Oracle check-ins. But because technology has been a little sticky for me, can somebody give me a thumbs up that you can hear me before I go off and do 30 minutes alone online? If you can hear me and you're out there, give me a little thumbs up. Okay, I'm not. Okay. Maybe that was a thumbs up. Yep. Okay. Good. Thank you. I appreciate it because literally last week I did a reading for all of you to myself because it didn't record. All right, let's get started, you guys. I'm Leanne Holitza. If you haven't been here before, you type me please in the comments and you can get a card for the week. I have just cracked open a new deck for today, the Divine Feather Messengers. I get a lot of my messages from my guides from the feathers, so figured it was fitting. But I'm going to use the Yantra deck to do our first part of the reading, and then the feather will be our personal readings. Couple of announcements. There is still room in my coaching club that starts Wednesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And the Light Council Live is Friday, which that's a little bit different from the Light Council membership. Some of the messages do end up in the membership, but it's directly messages to whoever is showing up for the Light Council that night. So there's a hybrid option. You can attend virtually if you want to. That is this Friday at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Okay, today I'm using Kuan Yin for our Amanda Ellis spray. And I am using Hackmanite as our friend. Now, this little gem is one of the ones that illuminates if you do shine a blue light on it. So it's a light capturer. It's a little spendy for what it is, but it is really great for bringing light and like helping you be the light, bring the light in. Okay, so all right, let's get started. Let's see what the week is going to bring us. I'm sorry about last week, you guys. I really was here. Hopefully your week was good. All right, let's see what the week brings. Oh, well, financial freedom. That's nice. Start off the week feeling a little free, a little bit. This card says unlimited. Okay, so for whatever reason, this card always reads material freedom to me when I read this shape. So some things breaking free financially, materially, starting to feel a little bit more grounded about things. Doesn't necessarily mean you win the lottery. It might just mean that your mindset changes a little bit. Okay. All right, your helper card. Oh, trust and be confident. It's sideways. So what this is saying is be more trusting. Okay, so be in your trust wherever you can. Affirm that things are working out for you. Affirm that you have got this because you do, and let yourself be in alignment with your own confidence. By the end of the week, we got compassion sideways. Okay, what that is saying is that you are having trouble being compassionate. Now, this oftentimes relates to being compassionate to yourself or feeling like your resources for yourself are in competition with other people. So at the end of the week, after you are trusting a little bit more and you're getting some freedom, you're going to work on being compassionate to yourself first and foremost and see how that then extends out to others. But know that it might be a little bit of a challenge. When it's sideways, it's like it's a little bit of a challenge. All right. So this is your first personal card. So we're going to build on that reading, okay? So if you guys want to receive a card, like I said, if you haven't done this before with me, type me, please. And now that I know I'm for sure live, we can get you a card. And this is the start. If you're watching later, thanks for watching later. Thanks for watching live. But this is your first card. Okay, everybody? So tune in to the numbers. Ready? One's getting 2 cards. Not to persuade you. 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so whatever card you picked, be really in touch with it. If you picked 1, you got this card, which is ostrich. Now, I want you to see that there is words and things on this deck just because it's so cute. It says, the choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart, combined with the osprey, okay? Which says your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. Hey, that goes pretty good with our trusting card, right? At the beginning, and with our freedom cards. So if you picked one, it's going to be a prosperous, successful week, but it's for you to choose that. Okay. If you picked two, you're going to work with the white eagle. And this says the connection to divine guidance is within you. Okay. So that's going to be a good week for you to journal, to look within, to meditate, to calm your mind, to figure out why you're getting triggered by the outside world and finding that wisdom inside you. Okay. And if you picked three, you picked the owl. Okay. Which says your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. So really focusing on intuitive hits this week if you picked three. Now, here's how this works, you guys. We're going to go into the personal readings. And as we do the personal readings, if we see something more than once, see it 3 times, it's for all of us. Okay. So it's kind of like it hits for all of us. So listen to the end because sometimes these messages get really profound. Last week's messages were profound. You just didn't hear them because I was not alive. All right. Let's see how we go here. And by the way, there is a May reading on my YouTube channel if you want to go back and listen to what May was all about as far as energy goes. It's just like a 6-minute clip. So, all right, Stephanie R., you are first and you are getting the starling. Okay. It says now is the time to get out into the world and connect to in authentic ways. So this is basically saying get out and be you. Find people who like who you are this week. Go out and be with people who enjoy you spreading your wings and being more of that. Okay. All right. Nicole and Addison. Nicole, you're working with the eagle. Okay. You're learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reach heights is what this card says. Okay. So what I'm hearing from your guides is your spiritual connection is going to be very strong this week and really important for you to follow. Okay. So whatever that means for you, it's expanding easily. If you go into that trust and that confidence, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else either. It could just make sense to you. Addison, your focus for the week is going to be the ostrich. So if you picked one at the beginning, we might be seeing this guy again. This is basically about saying the choice is clear for you now. So follow it and follow your heart. Make choices based on what your heart says, not what your mind says. Okay. So give yourself a chance to really be in alignment with what is going on for your choices, heart based wise. All right. National Geographic. We got you here. You're working with the goose. All right. The goose says your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. Okay. So it's an action week for you. Start thinking about things that you might put in place that would be action related because that is what is being called for you right now. All right. Even if it's tiny little actions, a little extra networking, a little extra calls, whatever. Burnout proof leaders. I was just talking to my 20-year-old child he's at CU and he's feeling very burned out by school. I'm like, don't burn yourself out at the beginning of this whole journey. All right, burnout proof leaders, your focus this week, Finch. Okay. It says new opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. All right. So this week, new opportunities. So let me know what that looks like for you. I'm always curious, but it looks like it's really a good week for you to really begin to expand your kind of like your vision of what new choices are out there to be made. Okay. Oh, and I do feel like the energy is opening up, you guys. I do. I think it's been a rough, first few months here of the year, but I think we're getting more stable. My mouth to your ears, I guess, right? Kimberly S. You are working with the hummingbird. Oh, how sweet. It says release what you've been carrying and lighten up. Now, new joy is on the way. Okay, well, see, I barely even have to listen to your guides. These cards have got so many good messages already on them. But what I'm hearing is to flit around a little bit, like a little hummingbird does. Be in the how special littleness can feel and not always having to be big. Okay, not always having to be out there. but just kind of having some joy with your little self. Denise, you're working with the crow. Okay. The crow says universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality. Law of attraction, law of vibration, all the things where you are basically being called to recognize that if you want it, it's about you putting yourself in alignment with it, right? And so letting yourself acknowledge that this week, if you really flex on the law of attraction, you'll have some extra juice. And if you think about the truth card, right, that we got, and the confidence, really trusting that you can, watch the universal truth and see that what you're vibing out is what you're creating. Heidi M, you're working with the ostrich. Third time's a charm, you guys. We're all working with ostrich this week, is what this means. So this is saying your choices are in your heart. Okay, so I'm going to get the little book out because when we get 3 times the charm, I always like to add a little words from whatever author I'm taking use of their deck, because they put some fun stuff in here that maybe I would miss. This deck has a blurb, some messages, and then energies, season, elements, colors, and affirmation. So I'm going to read the energy and the affirmation. Okay. Energies are grounding, truth, and choice. So yeah, we got that already, right? Affirmation is the truth guides my journey forward. I am fully grounded in this way. Okay. So the truth is going to be revealed this week. Use the ostrich energy, everyone. This is now for all of us. So no need to question whether or not your choices are coming. They are, and your heart wants you to sing with them. Thanks, Heidi, for making that 3 times a charm. Janelle and Donnie. Janelle, you are working with the hawk. It says pay attention with an exclamation point. A powerful message is being communicated to you now. Okay, so let's see what you guys want to say on the extra on that one. So there's changes that want to be made right now. And if you're working with the universal energies, you will have more flow. But if you fight it, it's going to just have to get louder to get you to make the change. So pay attention to what's trying to get your attention and go ahead and lean into those changes. Okay. Donnie, you are working with the Oriole. Oop. Okay. It says a new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change. All right. So positive change coming your way, creative venture, being asked to kind of step out of your comfort zone, feel into what that might mean, paying attention with Janelle. Kelly and Matthew. Kelly, you're working with the Blue Jay. Okay. It says this time is right to access your master your abilities. Do so with humility and not control. Actually, it says and control, but I added the not because your guide said not to me. Okay. So don't try to control it is really what I heard from your guides. They didn't like that last word. So they want you to really master your abilities, but not need to be perfect, not need to be having it all figured out and all certified before you do it. Okay. Matthew, for you this week, the focus is on the blue bird. Okay. So this says you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. So this week, let the happiness and peace come over you. Maybe you're in finals too, or maybe you have some completions coming that you can just take a deep breath and go, it's done. It's a good week for that. Okay. Jenny. Oh, 5th time for the ostrich. Okay. So again, message for all of us, but Jenny's bringing it to the table again. So we'll go ahead and pull up the book again just to get a little extra messages. Okay. So remember it was ground, truth, and choice. So it says, choose to lower your head occasionally like an ostrich, but not bury it, but to look deeply inward, honor what is true and just in your own heart. Okay. So this week, drive yourself deeper into yourself, listen to yourself, trust into your heart-centered choices. Okay. That's for all of us, you guys. Seriously wonderful. Courtney, you've got the falcon. Okay. It says use your perception and skills in making decisions. Do not delay. Okay. So we've got the choice card with the ostrich and do not delay with your falcon. So it's don't hesitate, don't procrastinate, don't Go straight to the thing that you are meant to be going to this week, okay? Janice, you got the magpie, okay? So reevaluate your priorities, okay? It's time to let go of what you no longer need. All right, that's not too bad, right? I'm really getting like you could actually do a closet purge. You could actually do, some relationship purging, that it's okay to really walk away from the things that are bogging you down because life's short. Might as well. All right, Lori, you're next here. Lori M with the two hands. Ooh, look at you. You got the robin. Look at these little extra feather. Okay. New growth and potentials on the horizon. Reach out and embrace it. Okay. So new growth, embracing what that is, but I'm also seeing don't over garden the garden while the new growth is happening. So don't pick at things or try to refine things right now. Let it show you what it is and celebrate it as it shows up. Okay. So that sounds fun, huh? All right, here we go. All right, scrolling down, Elizabeth R. You're going to be focused on the loon, okay? So this says pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in. So maybe a dream journal next to your bed, a little bit. You know what I've been trying to do, which is kind of funny, you guys, is chat GPT your dreams. If you remember details about your dreams, it is surprisingly accurate how it is assessing my consciousness. I think it's been really fun. You should try it. But pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams could be telling you what's in the way, mostly, is what they're really trying to say, what your stressors are, what your subconscious deep stressors are. And then you can work with them in the daylight. Okay. Cynthia, 6th time for the ostrich. Okay. So everybody, we are looking in. The choice is clear. Here we go. I'm going to get the book out again. Okay. It says, while he cannot fly, the ostrich is a creature of great strength and speed. This exotic bird, with its head held high, is seen as a symbolizing higher knowledge and intuition. At the same time, he embodies grounding and tangible connection to the earth. Okay. So there's more in there, but that's the message I'm going to say. So tangible connection, grounded while your head is held high. Don't have to fly. You can just be strong and swift this week. Okay, Cynthia? All right, Miranda Z. You're working with the white swan. Okay, it says the power of divine grace is within you. So really just being graceful this week, honoring things with grace. Let the grace transform you too. Be graceful with yourself. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. It's okay. You can say, I'm doing this as best I can, is what my best is today. Eli K, you are working with the owl energy. Second time we've seen this guy. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Trust that gut instinct this week. Make those decisions from those original places, okay? Original hits. Kara, Tatiana. Kara? Vulture. Ooh, that says, accept the inevitable. Let go of the past and welcome a rebirth to begin. So let go of the past. Accept the inevitable. Surrender. I know that's not always easy. Feeling like we surrender, we'll just collapse under the pressure of it all. Tatiana, you're going to work with the loon. Second time we've seen this guy. Pay attention to your dream time. So what are your dreams about? Share them. Write them down. Draw pictures of them. Be in connection with what those dreams are trying to tell you you're working out in your nighttime. Diane. Bluebird, second time we've seen this guy. Okay, it says you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. Let yourself just have happiness and peace this week. And when it isn't bringing you happiness and peace, go find it. Go do the things that bring the happiness in, okay? Terry J with the heart faced. We are working for you with the magpie. Second time we've seen this. Reevaluate your priorities, okay? It's time to let go of what you no longer need. I do see that it would be good for you to literally give something away, throw something away, and make something a altar for you this week that you nope, I'm intentionally hanging on to this and keeping it. Make those things something that you maybe haven't touched in a while. Okay. Find something you haven't touched in a while to give away, throw away, and intentionally interact with. Mountain River. And Tommy, Mountain River, you got the peacock. Whoop. Okay. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. Okay. So this week would be a week for you to really be willing to see everything come to more clarity and then lead it to a new start. Okay. Tommy, you are working with the white turkey. Okay. It says the power to heal the earth is within you. So a little time, spending time in nature, giving yourself a little bit of a project on how you might clean up your relationship with your own groundedness and self. Tiff, you are working with the heron. Ooh, okay. It says let go of convention and follow your own unique path. You know, sometimes we don't do it the way everybody else understands us to do it. That's totally cool. And you can go your own way. That is the way of it sometimes. Okay. So, especially with that ostrich energy, be really centered on your own way, your own authenticity. Taryn E., you are working with the condor. Okay. It says hold the highest vision for your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. Highest vision, okay? Highest vision that's available to you now in all aspects. Some aspects may have not a highest vision as some other aspects, right? But just as wherever you can, really be focused on that highest truth right now. Kimberly and Juan Carlos. Kimberly, Kingfisher. Okay, it says that prosperity is flowing. Have faith that you will receive it in the perfect form. So we got back to that material card that we're working with this week. This says trust that it's coming in whatever form you need it in. Juan Carlos, you are working with the dove, which says feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is a divine quality to be peaceful. People can feel it too when you are that peaceful self, right? They can kind of be around you and go, oh, I don't know why, but my nervous system just dials down when I'm around a peaceful self. Okay, Robin, Chris, and Austin. Robin, working with the Oriole. Seen this once. This is the second time. A new creative ventures in the horizon. Okay, so see it as a positive change. Change sometimes can freak us out. And sometimes it's like, I don't know if I should do that or it's out of my comfort zone, but this week it's okay to do that leap. Chris, you are working with the grouse. Okay. It says embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. Okay. So doing something, wiggle and, get yourself going a little bit, a little more extra movement this week. And especially kind of, I'm like giving it flexibility in the spine and things would be really good just so you can kind of find your own resilience there. Austin, 7th time for the ostrich. Okay, so listen, you guys. This card is coming for us this week. It says the ostrich messenger invites you to reflect on your personal journey now. Have you been at the endless search for knowledge, teaching, and wisdom? Maybe you have not yet begun. In either case, the divine message urges you to begin to move ideas and energy out of your mental realm and start to apply this information in a practical way. Using new knowledge is a way to move forward in life. Always remember to reflect on the truth of what and who you are. Okay. Ostrich really wants your attention. All right. Make some choices from the heart, okay? Blossoming Lotus and Shannon. Blossoming Lotus, you are working with the hawk. All right. Seen this one before? Pay attention. A powerful message is being communicated to you now. Okay, your guides are saying that opportunities are literally dropping at your feet if you can see them and you want to pay attention to them. Your guides are kind of saying you might be too quick to want a break or something, whereas there's something in front of you to actually pick up first before you take that break. Shannon, vulture for you. Second time we've seen this guy. Accept the inevitable. Let go of the past and welcome the rebirth in. Okay, so really making sure you're closing all those doors that can't come with you because it's an important time of growth for you. All right. King of the forest, working with peacock. Okay. Inherent wisdom is emerging from at this time. Watch for it and ready yourself for a rebirth. I literally get something's gonna pop, your perception's going to open, and it's gonna be time for you to really acknowledge that the rebirth is already happening. You put it in place a while ago. Here it comes. Hannah and Isabella. Hannah, you are working with the eagle. Okay. Second time we've seen this guy. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching for new heights. Really important this week for you to focus on your spiritual growth, your spiritual connection, so you know what is next for you. Isabella, you are working with the starling. Okay, second time we've seen this guy too. Now it's time to let go and go out into the world and connect to others in your authentic way. So this is, if you've ever seen the starlings move, they move in a group. And this is really an energy of you trying to find your flock, if you will, find your people, but in an authentic way. You don't have to be anything but who you are. Joe, you've brought the condor back to us the second time. Hold the highest vision of your life, okay? You possess the ability to move past any hurdles. And again, the highest vision might be different for your personal health versus your playtime with your friends, and your highest truth might be different from your personal life to the way you show up in the world. It's okay, just keeping your highest truths wherever they are, not in a perfectionist way. The guides just added. Kalina, you are working with the osprey. Your success is now at hand. Follow the abundance and flow effortlessly. All right, second time we've seen that guy. That's a good message. I think we can do that. Follow the osprey energy and let it really and celebrate early and often. Okay, that's something I wish I would learn to do myself. See the successes early and often. Aaron T, you are working with the pelican. Okay, choose to follow the path of forgiveness to raise your vibration. Okay, so this week you're going to work on forgiveness, especially self-forgiveness, and kind of understanding that maybe what you think is happening is not exactly as it's happening, and see about following through with that kind of energy. Lisa, come on, you guys. This ostrich is like, hello, I am going to be here for the entire day. Okay, let's see what else we're missing. All right, it says in mythology, the great Egyptian goddess Ma'at used her feather of truth, the ostrich feather, to weigh the hearts of those passing to the end of life. If the heart is pure and good, the heart is sent with the soul to the upper world. If the heart is dark and impure, it is swallowed and dissolved. In this way, the feather of Maha represents justice served based on right action and choice. While we seek higher knowledge, we should choose to use it in a practical and grounded way. Okay, everybody, we're going to be practical. We're going to make heart-centered choices practically this week. All right. Crystal, you are working with the wren. Okay, it says, be bold and confident. Use your resources to create your dreams. Okay, so confidence this week, boldness. Those are the keywords for you. Sam, we're running out of time, but I'm going to get to all of us. Don't worry. Sam, you are working with the canary. Okay, step forward now and sing your own song. There is power in finding your voice. So speak up this week, okay? Use your voice in the most positive, upright ways you can. Max, you're going to focus this week on the wren. Okay, so same as Crystal, you're going to be bold and confident. You're going to use your resources to create your dreams. And trust those resources might be bigger than you know. Hillary, Griffin, and Birdie. Hillary, Raven, okay? The universe is calling you to notice important synchronicities. Pay attention to those 111s, 222s, that kind of stuff. Okay, the synchronicities are trying to talk to you this week. Griffin, you are working with the white turkey. So the power to heal the earth is within you. Okay, so working with, it can be as simple as planting a little plant or nurturing a little bug across the road, whatever. Just kind of noticing how you can connect with the earth this week. And Birdie, you get, look, two little, oh, so cute when it gives two little feathers. It says, it's a meadowlark. It says, smile. You will soon experience wonderful journey of inner discovery. So just trust, smile, do what you can there. All right, let's see. Go down a little bit here. Eat 100 foods. Let's get you a card. Amber, I see you. I will get you a card. Okay, white swan. second time we've seen this. Okay. The power of divine grace is within you. So really working with just acknowledging that the divine grace is what to turn to this week, and just that grace energy. You don't have to push so hard. Okay. All right. Amber A and Terry E and Christy and Meredith. I see you guys. I'm coming. Okay. Magpie for um Amber. Sorry, this is for you. Okay, so this is the reevaluate your priorities. It's time to let go of what you no longer need. This is a third time's the charm, which is why it kind of threw me. Okay, so we got the ostrich where we're being grounded and making heart-centered choices, but we are also reevaluating our priorities this week. Third time's the charm. That's for all of us now, you guys. Okay, so reevaluate your priorities while staying grounded in your choices. Terry, you are working with the canary. Okay, so this is step forward now, sing your song. There's power in finding your voice. Okay, so using your voice in the best and highest way you can. Christy, you got the loon. Okay, so this is the third time we've seen this, you guys, so it's for all of us. Pay attention to your dream time. Message from guidance are drifting in through your dreams. Okay, all right. Kira, you're working with the pelican, which says choose to follow the path of forgiveness to raise your vibration. Okay, so this week really focusing on what you need to forgive, including forgiving yourself. Finn, you're going to work with the finch. It says new opportunities and choices are opening for you now. Claim them. Okay, so those new opportunities you really want to keep saying yes to. All right. And last but not least, we'll do Meredith and then Matt. Okay, Meredith, you got the third time's a charm for the canary. Okay, so everybody step forward now and sing your song. There's power in finding your voice. Grounded ostrich, finding your voice, reevaluating your priorities. Sounds like a plan. Okay, and Matt, you have brought third time's a charm, the white turkey. This is the power to heal the earth is within you. So connect with the earth, connect with yourself, connect with the right order of things for yourself so that you can find your path without so much struggle and fear. Okay. So I'm just going to pull the cards out for us just to kind of finalize the messages for this month or for this week. Sorry. We got the magpie about reevaluating priorities. We've got the loon to pay attention to your dreams and see what your dreams are trying to get you to work through. We've got the ostrich, which is grounded choices. We've got the white turkey, connect to the earth. We got the canary, use your voice. All right, so that's your plan this week. Look at how pretty our little feather group is. Go have an amazing week, and I will see you next week, you guys. Bye.